Today I've come to talk about our nation's efforts to address this vital issue to the health and the safety of all Americans. I'm here to discuss our strategy to prevent and protect the American people from a possible outbreak.
The President's made perfectly clear that our number one priority is, in the event of a pandemic, is to save lives. The President has a plan to do just that.
First, we must detect outbreaks that occur anywhere in the world. Second, we must protect the American people by stockpiling vaccines and antiviral drugs, and improve our ability to rapidly produce new vaccines against a pandemic strain.
We need to have a surveillance plan that allows us to identify when an incident has occurred in the world. The sooner we know, the more quickly and more adequately we can respond.
We thought it would be irresponsible not to take on the pandemic planning effort to make sure that whenever it is, under whatever president's watch, that as a nation we're better prepared because it's the right thing to do. It can't be avoided.
The pandemic is unlike other natural disasters. Outbreaks can happen simultaneously in hundreds or even thousands of locations at the same time. And unlike storms or floods, which strike in an instant and then recede, a pandemic can continue spreading destruction in repeated waves that can last for a year or more. And one day, many lives could be needlessly lost because we failed to act today.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Here we go. Here's the first patient expected to get a potential coronavirus vaccine. So let's read this article here. Came out of MSN about 2 hours ago today, April 6th, 2020. A potential coronavirus vaccine funded by Bill Gates is set to begin testing in people, with the first patient expected to get it today. Here we go, Bill Gates. Here comes your vaccines. Healthy volunteers in Philadelphia and Kansas City, Missouri will begin to test an experimental coronavirus vaccine starting this week. The small Pennsylvania-based biotech Inovio Pharmaceuticals received regulatory clearance to begin testing. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, along with other nonprofits, have poured funding into Inovio's vaccine project. Yeah, we know you have. We know how much money you've put into your evil vaccines.
To truly normal until we have a vaccine that we've gotten out to basically the entire world.
America's staring at another grim week. New cases and deaths will spike again. Without a vaccine, social distancing remains key, because only the virus can predict its course.
I think things are going to be permanently changed coming out of this until we get to a vaccine and we can fully vanquish this. We're not going to see a V-shaped recovery or a quick snapback, absent the ability to get a highly effective drug in the hands of doctors that can mitigate the risk.
We're looking at a year probably, or a year to a little bit more than a year for the development of vaccine, although I have to tell you, we are working very hard with industry and manufacturers to try to accelerate that timetable.
That's a long time, so you're saying best case scenario next April?
I think that's the best case scenario at this point, although we're really pushing hard to bring it sooner to the American people.
The race for the vaccine is the one that has touted in the most kind of like nationalistic terms, both in the United States and China, as sort of like an arms race. But you're also seeing a huge investment in vaccine research from the nonprofit sector. Frankly, historically, vaccines have not been big moneymakers for the big drug companies. So it tends to be driven by the nonprofit sector.
Will China come up with a vaccine for this before America? That's another question.
And will they be honest about it if they do?
You can start to see how the story ends, right? They will have a vaccine. Will it be 12 months or 14 months or 18 months?
It's still very open-ended up to the point where there's a vaccine that's widely available. Where this ends, like, where are we going to really normally go back to work? What's normal going to be? Will this go to the southern hemisphere and then come back, or just go to states that didn't shut down and come back? I really don't know.
Well, I'll be honest with you.
I don't think the vaccine is going to be the ultimate solution, in my personal opinion. We heard Dr. Fauci talk about an HIV vaccine for years. And guess what? It was antiviral medications that was used ultimately to control that disease.
We may see the beginning of a resurgence, and that's the reason why we're pushing so hard in getting our preparedness much better than it was, but importantly, pushing on a vaccine and doing clinical trials for therapeutic interventions so that hopefully, if in fact we do see that resurgence, we will have interventions that we did not have in the beginning of the situation that we're in right now.
The biotech expects to have early safety data by late summer and is aiming to produce 1 million doses by the end of 2020. 1 million doses. A small Pennsylvania biotech company is planning to inject healthy volunteers with a potential coronavirus vaccine after receiving regulatory clearance to start clinical testing. Researchers plan to dose the first person Monday. The experimental vaccine was developed by Inovio Pharmaceuticals, with the effort receiving funding from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and the Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Innovations. Inovio's candidate, called INO-4800, is the second potential coronavirus vaccine to start human trials in the U.S. The Massachusetts biotech Moderna started dosing in mid-March for its own safety trial. Anthony Fauci, the longtime leader of the National Institutes of Health Infectious Disease Unit, has repeatedly stated it will take at least a year to know if any vaccine is safe and effective against the virus. Because you have to listen to him, right? Because he's the little talking puppet up there speaking all this truth, right? Yeah, right. For the study of Inovio's vaccine, the company is enrolling 40 healthy adult participants in Philadelphia at the University of Pennsylvania's Medical School and in Kansas City, Missouri at the Center for Pharmaceutical Research. Each volunteer will receive 2 doses of the vaccine 4 weeks apart. Inovio expects quick enrollment in the study and safety results by late summer. If those results are positive, the company will quickly start another study focused on assessing the vaccine's efficiency against the virus. Given unprecedented global demand, any vaccine that proves to be safe and effective will face major challenge in manufacturing. Inovio stated it is now scaling up its production capabilities and is aiming to have 1 million doses available by the end of 2020. These doses could be used in additional clinical trials or emergency use if required. Everyone, we knew it was leading to this. We knew they have planned from the beginning for all of us to have to take these vaccines. Please share this information. They are pushing it as hard as they ever have, and it's only going to continue to get worse. If you caught my video yesterday, they are now calling the coronavirus, they're nicknamed it the Beast. I mean, that's how bad this has gotten. And you have Chris Cuomo up there calling himself the Anointed. We all need to continue to share this information and wake up as many as we can. Thank you all for your support. Everybody stay safe. Protect your family. God bless.